Welcome to Inside OUSD. I'm Communications Director John Sasaki. Right now the district is still basking in the glow of our 2 state championships. And that's why we are joined today by 2 amazing students. The boys basketball team from Oakland High won their first state championship in school history. And the girls basketball team at Oakland Tech won their 3rd state championship in a row. Lots and lots of history being made this year. So sitting with me now are the 2 team captains, senior Mari Somvician from Oakland Tech and Money Williams, senior also from Oakland High. Thank you guys both very much for joining us and bringing your hardware, these beautiful trophies. So thank you so much for having those with you. Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So let's start off. Go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourselves. You guys are both from Oakland, so where'd you go to school and what do you do in school now aside from basketball?
Yeah, I grew up in Oakland my whole life. I attended Peralta Elementary School, headed over to Claremont, and then straight to Oakland Tech. So it's been a good little public school run in Oakland. I don't really do much else besides play basketball at Tech, I'll be honest with you. But I really enjoyed my time there, and next year I'm looking to continue to play basketball in college. I haven't decided where yet, but a decision will definitely be coming soon.
Yeah, so you got a couple of schools in mind?
Yeah, I have some options in mind.
Okay, all right. And Money, you've already decided what's going on next year.
Yeah.
But tell us about your growing up here.
You know, born and raised in East Oakland. Went to Grass Valley Elementary, Montero Middle School. You know, I'm at Oakland High right now. And I don't do nothing but hoop, you know. Spend time with family, but, you know, it's watching NBA, so.
Yeah, both ballers.
Yeah.
And I'm going to kind of date this interview, but you just got a chance to meet a legend. Didn't you? Go ahead and tell me about that.
Yeah, we had an opportunity to meet Kareem Abdul-Jabbar today. He came to talk to us and the Ojai boys. It was a really, really great experience. He, you know, shared his book with us, a lot of his insight and knowledge, and it was just really, really good to hear from him and all of the things he's accomplished.
And what was it like for you guys?
I mean, it's crazy, you know. Kids from Oakland, you know, go acknowledging us, you know, our accomplishments. It's crazy. And it's just not only Kareem. Like, we went to the Warriors game, and Steph Curry, the whole team, we was courtside, we was on the court shooting around with them, and they acknowledged us, you know. It feels special.
And you guys are going to the Warriors game too, right?
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been a wild run.
Very good. And you guys are also going to the state legislature to visit the state senate and the state assembly, as I recall. So that's also going to be a pretty cool thing. So let's talk about the big wins and really talking about the history that you guys made. So you both overcame a lot of adversity, and I know that in both cases there were people who were doubting you. Go ahead and tell us about what it was what this year was like for you before you got to the championship, and then what it was like to reach that championship.
I think it was a little bit different for us having won last year. There's always going to be that bullseye on our back. It's always harder to win when you're supposed to win. Our Coach Leroy, has been telling us that it's always the hardest to win when you're supposed to. You know, sometimes it's easy to be the underdogs, even though it doesn't seem like that. When you're supposed to win, when you're on that pedestal and everybody's gunning for you, it can be really hard sometimes. Our preseason schedule was crazy. We played ranked teams every week from our first game. So I think just staying locked in the whole season, I mean, we've been going since the first week of school, has been really tough for us. You know, there's moments where you don't even want to go to practice, you don't want to go to school, but those are the dog days and those are the days that count at the end. So just really staying locked in the whole time, because at the end you need every day in order to win.
Very good. And so was that kind of the same sort of experience that you guys had with people not believing in you?
Yeah, last year we always the underdogs, you know. So last year we went to the semifinals. We lost, you know, to a back door, came up short, and we wanted to make history, you know. But next year we had the same team, so we know our chemistry was going to be strong, and we had a tough schedule. We went to Vegas, Portland, and we had a lot of bonding to do, you know. So our chemistry was going to even be way stronger, you know. So we had a good chance to go for the state run, and we believed in each other, and we got the state championship.
Very good. And I wanted to make one note. Did you tell us where you're going to school next year? Because you're playing ball next year in
yes,
college,
I'm
right?
going to University of Montana.
Very nice, very nice. And so let's talk about a little bit of the adversity, because I know, for example, you had to face Oakland Tech boys 3 times before you faced them again, and all 3 times you lost, including in the OAL championship. Is that right? So what was that experience like, and then having to face them again in the Northern California championship?
You know, 2 Oakland teams going at it, you know, everybody come out, you know, and just losing them 3 times in a row, it was just a chip on our shoulder. Like, we gotta win. Like, this is for us, this is for our city, and we put our body on the line, we put our heart, blood, sweat, and tears on the line. We got the dub.
Yeah, and I was there at that regional championship at Laney College, and that place was going bonkers.
Yeah.
It was packed with, what, 2,500 people. People were lined up outside, they couldn't get in. I mean, it was a big scene for the city of Oakland. And then for you guys, you know, this was your third in a row. And I remember Coach Leroy last year saying, we want to go up. We want, because was it last year was it D3?
Yeah.
And this year was D1. So that's a big jump for you guys too. And why was it so important to be in D1, and how much more challenging was that run?
We really felt like last year we could have won in a higher division, especially just we're returning everybody basically and adding 2 freshmen. We just felt like we really needed our respect. You know, we've been a good team my whole 4 years there, and we beat teams and they're still ranked above us. We beat teams twice and they're still ranked above us. We beat them in the playoffs at the end of the year, they're still ranked above us. So it's just like, we feel like we really need to come for our respect, and nobody can question a Division I state championship. I mean, you can't really question D3 either, but when you do it back-to-back like that and in that manner going up, you can't say anything about it.
Are you saying that still to this day there are teams that are ranked above you that you beat this year, and you won the state championship D1, and they're still ranked above you?
But when we went into playoffs, we had already beaten all the teams we played in playoffs. They were still ranked above us. Cardinal Newman was still ranked above us. San Ramon Valley, who we beat by 25 earlier that year, and we beat them again in the playoffs. So I feel like even though we were top dogs, per se, there was still a chip on our shoulder to prove people wrong.
Very good. And so what kind of dedication does it take as a student athlete? Because again, you are student first. You got to get all your schoolwork done. You got to make sure you're staying on top of your studies. You have to maintain the GPA to even be on the team. So how tough is it through all of this battling that you're doing on the court? Is it for you to be a good student and get those grades? What do you have to do?
You know, it's a lot of sacrifice, and you got to be open-minded, because a lot of people are going to try to distract you. You're going to get triggers. You're going to get urges to do things that you don't usually do, you know, and you just have to be in tunnel vision the whole season.
Mm-hmm. And is that, do you see that too? I mean, because I would think boys go through a lot of the same things in our schools, and so what kinds of things do you face when people are saying, hey, let's go do this, or let's go party, or whatever they're saying, or like, let's all go hang out? Is that what you have to do? Just say, no, I got to focus on the work, or I got to focus on the game?
Yeah, most definitely. There's a lot of time management involved. You know, like Money said, you have to sacrifice. A lot of times maybe your friends are going to a party, or there's an event after school, but you have practice, or you need to study for a test. You know, there's a lot of sacrifices you need to make, but at the end of the day, it's worth it. And you just have to stay focused, you know, put what's first the first, make the main thing the main thing.
Make the main thing the main thing. I love that saying. It's a very Oakland saying here. And so, in the end, what does it mean to you personally? Just, let's set your team, set your coaches aside for a minute. Just what does it mean for you personally to be a state champion here in California, and of course, the biggest state in the union? What does it mean?
It's honestly been a storybook career since freshman year. It's honestly as if the whole thing was scripted. It means so much to me, especially doing it with like girls I've grown up with. There's pictures of me and my teammates playing against each other in the Oracle parking lot. I've played against them in AAU, like competed with them in AAU and against them my whole life growing up. So I think it's just that much more special to do it with them. Me personally, growing up, I questioned, would I even make the varsity team? Would I even be able to play high school basketball? And to start all 4 years here, I started every game in my career and won 3 state championships. It's honestly just crazy, and it shows how much hard work and dedication really pay off.
So what's it mean to you?
You know, state championship, it's forever. Everybody gonna know this. And for us, we made history, so when somebody else won a state championship, they got to go back to the first state championship who won. Tay, Josh, Money, Jamon, like those guys put us on the map, you know? And yeah, it's just like 20 years from here, you're gonna be joking with your friends, you know, hey, you remember that back door, you remember that dunk you tried to do, you know? So yeah.
And I know that Dame Lillard, one of the best players in the NBA, he went to Ojai, and he did not win a state championship, yet he was there for you guys, rooting you on. He sent you a message before the game telling you to just go get it. What does that mean, and how did that help motivate you?
It just shows, like, his personality. Like, he's an NBA player. He could have easily been Hollywood and been like, nah, I don't want to do that. But, like, he really cared for his people, you know, sent us a message, gave us motivation. Very
good. And so now we have to talk about COVID, because COVID hit right in the middle of your high school careers.
Right.
And in the case of Oakland Tech, on March 14th, 2020, you guys were scheduled to go for another state championship, and the day before, March 13th, Friday the 13th, we, OUSD, and CIF shut everything down, so you didn't actually get to play that game. How tough was that? And did that kind of set you on a different path with regard to everything else you did afterwards?
That was honestly, that's a day I will never forget. I remember our whole team was in a classroom just crying because we knew we wouldn't have been able to play. It's definitely one thing to lose, but to not even know, that uncertainty was like really tough on us, especially having 3 seniors who were really good that year. We felt like we kind of let them down. We weren't able to send them off the way we wanted to. So I just remember all of us, it was really hard for us, especially just we'll never know, right? I mean, I know in my heart of hearts we were going to beat them, but that game never got to be played. And I just think after that, it really set us off in the right direction because we knew what it felt like and we wanted to get back there so bad. I know that quarantine, I was in the gym every single day. I interned at the gym every day. I was in there from 6 a.m. to like 8 o'clock at night, and just wanting to get back. You know, I would run past the gym at Tech, look in, and it's dark, and you're just like imagining what it was like to play that NorCal game and just really wanting to feel that feeling again.
I always say you actually have 3.5 state championships.
Definitely.
So, yeah. And how did the pandemic set you and your teammates back?
You know, when I was a freshman, I played freshman in JV, so I didn't get to witness how to feel about not getting a state run. But I saw the varsity players, they look on their face and they were just devastated, like, dang, especially the seniors, like, I'm not going to play high school ball no more. And, like, it just was in the back of my head, I'm going to play basketball again? Is this COVID thing really real? Like, is it going to be over? Is this long term? Like, so it was just a lot of overthinking.
Yeah, but both you did come out, I mean, and both your teams did come out of the pandemic really, really strong. I mean, and 3 in a row, you know, you got your one here. So clearly you guys were able to overcome all that adversity. Was there anything that you did or experienced or anybody taught you or told you or showed you or anything that really helped you get past all that?
You know, when quarantine, I had a lot of time on my hands, so I just put the work in every day. Like Mari said, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Like, I had so much time. All I can do is dribble the ball and put it in the hoop.
Very good. And same thing with you. You said you were at the gym like every day. So I mean, it really did enable you to kind of really hone your skills in a way that you wouldn't have otherwise been able to do, I would imagine.
Yeah, it was wild. My trainer would literally pick me up every morning. We'd go to the gym in Burlingame. I would do a workout before school, head to the office, do my online school in there, then rebound for, you know, whoever came in the gym that day, wait for my workout, get home at 8 p.m. and restart the day all over again. So it was just so much time, and I think that we both obviously spent that time in the best way possible.
And I take it neither one of you misses online school.
In a way, maybe a little bit.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I'll be asleep or I'll be on a game.
A lot of freedom.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so last question I want to ask you. What can you say to other students across OUSD, you know, in elementary, middle, and in high school about what you guys did and how they can do the same kinds of things? Maybe not win a state championship, but be really successful in anything that they want to do. What kind of tips can you give them? Definitely
just stay focused. Like you said, in the classroom is really important. You need to be a student before an athlete. Stay focused. Surround yourself with good people who want to go the same places as you, because your circle is really important. And I would just say that really cherish all the moments, kind of romanticize all the little things, because those little things build up. And if you don't congratulate yourself, you're never going to feel like you're doing something. So just take the little things and appreciate them, and eventually those will build up. And just stay focused, keep working. Anything you put your mind to and put the work to, you can do.
Money?
What I got for the youth is, we did it, so can you, you know?
Very good. Simply put, appreciate that. I want to also add that on April 16th, Sunday, April 16th, outside City Hall, we're going to have a big celebration from 12 to 3. The entire city's invited. Come on down, meet you guys, hear some powerful words from you guys, hear some other dignitaries, hear some DJing, get some food, all this stuff. We're gonna celebrate you guys big. So thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you, and thank you for joining us for Inside OUSD. We will see you next time for another episode of Inside OUSD.